Hello, Star Wars Galaxy favorite players, and Attached Roto. Today I'm going to be covering the road ahead of 131 2019. So, there's some exciting news. I'm going to try to get into it, skim through it as fast as I can. So I apologize if it takes a bit. But after the exciting year of the release of Grand Arena, 3PO, Hans Falcon, and Capital Games, offices are busting again with plans for the upcoming quarters. We spent much of the past few months focusing on the roadmap, including the bold and somewhat audacious 5-year vision. But as always, I'm here talking a little bit about the next couple of months. So it's the next 3 months. That's huge. So, 5-year vision. I'm going to say that's huge. I'm liking that. We have tons of characters. I'm sure in the next 2 to 3 years, we're definitely going to have probably over 400 or 500 characters in the game. So, prepare for that. That's if they don't do last year and have like tons and tons of marquee events. But I'll get to that here in a sec. So I'm going to skip to... No, I'm not going to. When we sit down to plan the next year's roadmap, one of the key things that we focus on learning from the previous one, since so much of the core game is collecting and strategizing, iconic characters and ships, we are constantly learning and the necessary adjusting the way we release them, especially the type of events that we run and their cadence, to ensure that we bring you an awesome Star Wars content in a way that feels balanced, fair, and allows you to really dig and enjoy. We're continuing to work on balancing between marquees, reworks, achievement characters, and legendary hero and ancient journey events. So we're still going to be getting all those events. We're definitely still going to be getting reworks. Last year we didn't have a lot of reworks. I think the 2 years before we had more reworks than last year. I will admit. It's like we had Bounty Hunters reworked. We had Grandmaster Yoda, Palpatine, Vader. I think that was it. There wasn't much that was reworked. All the original Bounty Hunters that was in the game was reworked. So, oh, and we had... No, well, Nihilus was also kind of reworked, but that was just because Scion and Trey came in, so... But anyways, going on. While we're finessing the delivery system, we're also going to try a couple of different formats, so stay tuned for those. To that end, we will be releasing the Emperor's Command Shuttle and a new event called Galactic Chase. Now, if anyone wants to know, it's the shuttle that brings the Emperor to the Death Star 2. I'm assuming that's the one they're considering. So, but that's cool. That means we're going to have Ham and Palpatine and Royal Guard probably be pilots to that because Royal Guard was on there. But anyways, this event will take place on one of the Cantina holotables as the command shuttle will be immediately released to specific nodes there. This will allow you to earn shards of the ship while accruing other resources and completing daily activities that you would already have been doing anyway on these nodes. We hope you enjoy the way the celebration celebrates the arrival of a new ship without requiring a separate energy grind. So that's huge, and we already saw this a little bit with the Bounty Hunters, where we were able to farm Embo, or Sing, and Django and stuff like that for a little bit, for like 2 to 3 days. I think it was right around when Chewbacca became legendary, or when they released his legendary event. But it was just to kind of speed up some of those characters a little bit. So, but it was just, they were just certain ones on certain levels. This one's going to be bounced around from the looks of it. So I like them trying new things. I still hope to see some more in shard stores. But alongside this, there'll be more traditional events. We will be introducing more achievement-based characters this year that may show up as actual achievement rewards or in currency shops, such as Wampa and Hermit Yoda. And we'll talk more about that in depth in the coming months. So we might see some more characters that they add, like Wampa, Hermit Yoda. General Grievous is one of them. So, yeah. Even though General Grievous was added to ship store, but he really rarely pops up. I think it took me a while to farm him, but I got him from like 4-star to 7-star. Took me a good 2 to 3 months because it took them a while to pop up in those stores. So, quality of life update. There's a few things happening. So, as always, we begin the year with quality of life update. many items that have populated over quality of life lists. So yeah, they'll be working on quality of life, I guess, from the every year, which is good. I like that. And throughout the year, they do add some quality of life updates. Like in the last 3 months, we got the Bronzium packs to the front of the store. Of course, everyone got used to the back of the store, and almost that worried me for a minute. And then I was like, oh, it's at the front of the store. I'm getting used to it though. I think I am used to it now. But to that, so one of our quality of life features this year is going to be raid simming. You'll get to sim your Rancor raid. Only Rancor raid is at this time. But yeah, if a guild has beaten a heroic Rancor raid a certain number of times, and to be determined number of guild members have set Han Solo at 7-star, the guild will be able to sim completion of the Rancor raid, and all guild members will receive equal rewards. I like that. It gives us a chance to not worry about Rancor raid, and we focus on other raids, and other new content that they bring. So that's a huge quality of life update. Of course, yeah, like I said, they're only activating raid simming on Rancor right now, but we'll explore adding to other raids at a later date. Huge, because I'm sure in the next 6 to 12 months, we might actually see the heroic HAT raid added. Sith raid, I don't see that until a 1.5 years from now, unless we get another 2 to 4 raids. Then yeah, that's a different story. To save players time and convenience, the squad selection and management, we will be adding a squad management button to the character's inventory screen, which will replace the buy data cards button. That's huge. I will admit, I've been wanting character management or squad management since they introduced it. A button to go into it. I don't know why they didn't do it at the beginning, but hey, they're going to be adding it now, and a lot of people have talked about it. I've talked about it in previous videos, and I'm excited to actually see it come to the game. Especially just being able to actually get to the squad management button or squad management area is so tedious. When you do it through the battle, you go in, you have to have a battle available, and if you don't have any battles available without wanting to waste crystals, yeah, then I just have to wait till I can battle just to go in and play around with teams. So I like that. I like that. But also, once on the squad select screen, more information will appear or will surface at the top level, including the character name, in case you're having difficulty with Jawas. They all look really similar. Look at this little scratch thing or whatever on their hood. It's all in the same spot. Gear level and brand new shared indicator. This can be turned on from the inside of the character management page, where you can indicate whether you want to be notified if any duplicate characters have been being used within the single tab. That's good. It's also allow you to more easily use the tabs to fill out complete rosters for territory wars, battles, and raids. And there will be a similar function added to mod management as well. Awesome. So I can't wait for that one to come out. Oh, it's gonna be so nice. Also, we're also excited to bring you changes to the in-combat buff and debuff user interface. This is huge because Revan versus Revan mirror matches are tedious. I've only seen them, but I can easily believe that they're tedious. Trying to select a character when they're hiding under buffs. So, but yeah, a new button has been added to the screen. It allows you, right there, to quickly turn on and off buff display to reveal more of the screen. With it off, a few key buffs such as taunt, foresight, and unique buffs will be visible, but after a certain number of buffs will be applied, lower priority buffs will be collapsed behind overall numeric indicator, basically this right here. So you have 7 buffs, 1 debuff, 6 buffs, 2 debuffs, 7 debuffs, 8 debuffs, 10 debuffs. So yeah, that is what's going to happen, and I like that. That improves it so you can see more of it. It used to be where, off or damage over time effects was like, especially when you actually face the Rancor. The Rancor's damage over time is going way across the screen, out of the screen, so you didn't know how many damage over times they really had. Then they added the number, and now they're adding this number. I like that. So I'm glad that's there. So I'm glad that is actually happening. Also, they're looking to improve matchmaking in the Grand Arena. One of the clearest improvements we could make based on the data the first few runs is when ships are not being used in Grand Arena, the ship GP will not contribute to matchmaking. Huge. Then you don't have to be facing those teams that have tons of Gear 12 people, and then you just have inflated GP. So that's huge. So they are working to improve that, and I'm glad they are improving that. So, but obviously they're not going to be covering a lot of it, as I say in here. But over the next probably, I'm going to predict 10 GP Grand Arenas. You'll probably see an improvement of enemies you're facing kind of more on your level. So that's good. New content. February is going to be differently themed of the past 2 years. Last 2 years, it's been Sith. As we are very excited to bring you Separatist droids. Yes. So it means we're getting Grievous. We've given a lot of attention to various aspects of the universe in the past 2 years, practically in their original trilogy, the New Republic era. I'm going to also add in here movies, any of the movies that came in, some of them being the... oh man, I'm going blank. The new trilogy. But with the Return to Clone Wars animated series, hashtag Clone Wars lives, we're excited to explore more content in the Clone Wars animated series. This includes a marquee for the B1 battle droid, who will appear as a single unit on the battlefield, but those abilities reflect as pervasiveness of a seemingly unending unit behind it. So just like all these little droids. Additionally, we're going to be releasing the Droid Echo, the shielded destroyer droids, who's combined with the B1, the rework of the B2 battle droid, the rework of Magna Guard, will serve at the behest of one of the particular droid commander, General Grievous. So, I will say, Magna Guard, and I'm going to kind of talk about Royal Guard here too, the Imperial Royal Guard. They just, well, the Royal Guard's better than Magna Guard, by far. But now he's going to get reworked and he's going to be better than the Royal Guard. But I hope they have something similar to like a Chirrut Bays kind of setup, something similar to what Chewbacca does with the guarded ability. Who knows? Whatever they do, I hope they synergize Magna Guard really well with Grievous. Of course, I still feel like both Grievous or Magna Guard and Royal Guard can give some sort of support to two other characters, being Count Dooku and Darth Vader. But just because they have been they've seen being used by them every now and then. So like the Magna Guard, if you've seen the Clone Wars, the animated TV series, you've seen Magna Guards with Count Dooku a few times. In Rogue One, you see Darth Vader with the Royal Guard. So I can see both Magna Guard, and technically I can see both of them being reworked at the same time, having some similar abilities to support both Palpatine and Grievous, as well as Vader and Dooku. But mostly, right now, Magna Guard being best to support General Grievous. So that's really one thing I wanted to mention. But yeah, this is huge. We're getting lots. So yeah, General Grievous is getting a rework. And we're excited to tie that into the rest of the Clone Wars droids in a way that fulfills the fantasy of the strategic Separatist battlefield commander. That's all for now. More information in the coming weeks. But the last line, you hear that, meatbags? Statement. You hear that, or no, query. You hear that, meatbags? Statement. I will be back. That might be the meaning of, because yes, in older Battlefronts, you do hear battle droids saying meatbags from time to time. But really, the main meatbag person is HK-47. Does this mean HK-47 is getting a rework? I hope so. But with all that said, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you agree, or do you like this news? Do you dislike it? Let me know. And other than that, thanks for watching. I really appreciate all those that watch the videos I make. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And you folks have a wonderful day.